fell down.
It's about so much more than just a trigger pull.
We're live.
To catch all the crazy behind-the-scenes action from the Bearded Buck, like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram.
Well, we are southbound to Kentucky. Super excited. Mike and I were down on our lease here 2 times this summer, putting some big tine out, pulling some cameras, and we got a couple super promising bucks, and one sort of stands out by himself. It's a beautiful, typical 10-point. I would really like to get on that deer, but you know, we're not going to be too picky. It's our first year in the lease with a bunch of good deer, and you know, I wish J-Rod was with us coming down there, but you know, just with his knee, he's not going to be able to get up in a stand or anything, and with the short amount of time, I don't think we could rush a ground blind good enough in there to have the deer not really spook on it. But you know, Mike and I are heading down here with high hopes to hopefully get on a deer, but got about a 6-hour drive. See what happens.
What I am loving about this Kentucky lease is that it's relatively close to camp here in Pennsylvania, and spending a lot of time there in the summer to get it ready was pretty easy. You know, like I said before, we have some super promising bucks showing up on trail cameras, hitting that big time before they're moving out into the bigger green fields, but the best part is that I can go hunt a lot earlier than I can in Pennsylvania, and after a long summer of hard work, it is just what I needed. But that doesn't mean Kentucky didn't come without some drawbacks.
That's what happened. I'm done with Kentucky. I'll go home in Pennsylvania right now, Mike. I had enough of it. I already had enough. I got 470 ticks on me.
470 ticks? That is fake news.
I don't even have the tick spray with me. They're everywhere. Everywhere. All those little brown specks, all 700 of them, they're all ticks.
More fake news.
That just ruined your day. Not even lunchtime yet. What are you supposed to do?
Come on, Austin, it's not that bad.
On my hunting boots. I'm gonna wear these again. I'm strictly a November hunter in Kentucky. I ain't coming back next year until November. Velvet buck on the bucket list just went from here to here. Done with it. Hate these ticks. I hate them. Had enough of it. No more woods. We're hanging one stand in the woods, and that's it.
It's just a few thousand ticks, buddy. What are you getting all worked up about?
I don't want to hear it. It was the 3rd time we were in there and gone 800 ticks all over us. How about you go in there next time and see how you like it?
Well, look at the bright side, buddy. At least your day can't get any worse.
Well, we're about to go set our first set here. We looked at some trail cams. Got a couple bucks on camera. Nothing too consistent, but we're gonna go ahead and give her heck, you know. Put one up on top of this big hill where a big beautiful 10-point it was we were talking about. It seems like he was coming in every so often before dark and leaving before it gets dark too. So I mean, it's gonna be perfect for us. We can get up top of that hill, kill him before he heads down to the fields and start feeding in the evening. But we're gonna get up there and try to be as quiet and set free as we can, because I don't think he's bedding too far away from where we are gonna head up there. So try to be nice and quiet.
This hill nowhere. I think the buck's bedded on this big power line on the other side of us. There's a thicket on that side, but there's also a thicket down behind. Can't look there, but he's coming up on top of this hill, crossing up over this. All the green fields are down that way, and he's hitting on some of our big tine, and then heading down to the green fields in the evening to eat. So we're gonna try to catch him before he gets down to those big fields.
I fell down.
Mike, we're trying to be quiet.
So after all the struggle that we had, we finally managed to get a stand hung for the Big Ten, but there's been no sign of the Big Ten on camera, and with the opening day of archery season starting tomorrow, we decided to go sit in the big field that he's been coming out to and hopefully lay eyes on him.
Well, it's the evening before first day here in Kentucky. Right on this big overlook where we can see probably 600-700 yards at least. And, you know, we're just trying to get a beat on this 10-point. We haven't seen him in a couple days. He hasn't been on camera. But we kind of already have the 12 point sort of patterned a little bit over on the other side of the property, but ever since we first got a picture of this 10 point, I've wanted to kill him. So we're hoping to get eyes on him at least, sort of have an idea where he's going. There's a bunch of deer pouring out of the bottom right now. Look like a bunch of doe. Hopefully, cross our fingers, he shows up tonight somewhere. Well, no 10 point tonight. There's deer just absolutely everywhere. I figured he was gonna pop out somewhere and let us get a look at him. I mean, there's literally probably 25 deer out in front of us right now. And I know where the 10 is gonna be in the rut. It's gonna be right here. There's just so many big does out here. But I'm not too upset because we're gonna go on the other side of the property tomorrow and go after that 12 that we have patterned. So we'll see. Hopefully we have an opening day buck down.
The plan was simple. Go on the opposite side of the property, kill Elliot, the 12 point, and go home. But no, things always don't go as planned. We woke up in the morning and got a cell cam picture of the Big 10 on top of the hill. And after watching this deer all summer, that we knew if we got a picture of him on top of that hill in the morning, there was a very good chance he was going to be back through there in the evening. So we threw our original plan out the window and decided to not go after what almost seemed like a sure thing and go after the buck that I've been dreaming about all summer long.
Man, it feels good to be back in a tree stand here in Kentucky on opening day. Hopefully, one of these big old velvet bucks walks by us. You know, we had that release last year in Kentucky. I really wasn't able to get down there and hunt at all. J-Rod and Cud hunted down there. They got a couple nice buck, but we got a new release this year. Mike and I were the first ones to put the boots on the ground to sort of figure out the property, figure out what deer were on the property. And, you know, we got a couple real nice bucks that we hope to put an arrow through. One of them tonight is a big old 10 point that happens to be still in velvet. And velvet buck is on the top of my bucket list for sure. But we're set up sort of in between these two bedding areas. We're trying to catch these deer before they head down into these big green fields behind us. And you know, this time of the year, these deer are basically slaves to their stomachs. You know, they're on that summer feed pattern. And if you can catch them where they're going in toward those fields, I mean, it's game over. Hopefully that's the case tonight. Got in nice and early today, kind of let everything sort of settle down and see what happens here in the opening day of Kentucky. Mike, 10 points coming right up the road. He's coming right up the road. Okay.
Meh. My God, I just shot the first velvet buck. Give me some, baby. Oh my God, can you believe that happened? I just shot my first velvet buck. I just shot my first velvet buck, baby. Yes. Are you kidding me? My first night in Kentucky, baby. We freaking did it. Yes. He was so nervous. He walked straight up on that trail that we walked in. He could smell us. He was so nervous. What a way to start the season. Give me some. Yes. Oh yeah, that arrow's covered in blood. Fletches are all red. And he looked like he turned. And this is gonna be terrible to track him in because it looks like the exact stuff that Mike and I were in on the other side of the property, and we had about 700 ticks on us. But it's all gonna be totally worth it. I'm trying to find some blood here, Mike. Yeah, I'm thinking he followed this trail. Blood right here, blood right there. Yeah, he's starting to open up a little bit more right here. There's tons of blood right here. Mike! Oh my. Look at that velvet. Oh my. I've never touched velvet before, dude. That is insane. Man, I'm almost speechless. It's just a surreal moment to be sitting in front of my very first velvet buck. And to believe, I mean, we just hung this stand 2 days ago, and we didn't even have this guy on camera until yesterday morning. And I was like, you know what, Mike, heck with it. We're gonna go up in that stand and sit there and take a chance that he comes. And I mean, he came walking up this road that we're sitting on right now at 6:15. I mean, it's just crazy. I never thought in a million years I'd be sitting behind a velvet buck on the opening day here in Kentucky. And this is our first year in this lease. And I thought it was gonna be a super long grind this season to even get an opportunity to buck, because getting a new lease comes with sort of learning the property, learning the deer, where the deer move, and I just can't be more thankful. I mean, my very first velvet buck, and it went down like that. I'll never forget that.